Happy Father's Day. Now, I know some of y'all said it with the same intensity and joy as I did, but others probably felt like I did not too long ago. Indifferent. And I understand, because I, like most people, grew up without a father. And some other people had a father who was present but wasn't there for them. So, let me ask you a question. Do your kids feel the same way about Father's Day as you do? Do you love your kids the same way your father loved you? Do you spend time with them? Do you give them advice? Do you take them to go buy the things that they need? I mean, I know we all have different types of feelings, but most of us today has negative connotations. But why not take our negativity and use it to fuel something positive? Like, let it motivate us. Let's be better fathers. Let's be the best man that we can be. I know I remember times where there were father-son events and I didn't have no father there. I know I needed advice sometimes and there was no man there, only a woman. And sometimes a woman just doesn't get it. But that's not what we have to settle for. We don't have to settle for letting our kids grow up with less than a man. We don't have to be less than what we're meant to be. We have potential. See, as men, we're strong, wise, and leaders. So why let our vices weaken us? Why let our pride cause us to be fools? Why should we follow in another man's footsteps? And I don't mean just an ordinary man. I mean, why should we follow in our father's footsteps? Because if our fathers weren't there, all we're doing is repeating the generational curse, and what's the point of that? I mean, we can be better. We can be strong. We can be pillars of the community. I know that sounds kind of old school term, but this is what we can really be. I know since I stopped getting into trouble, stopped going to jail, I done been homeless, I done did drugs, I done had to deal with child support, I done had to go through it all. And I know that if I can make it, if somebody like me can make it, there's no excuse for you. I was always known for that guy who talked, the dreamer, who always said, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or I'm going to go buy this weed right here and spend this money. And then when I get my kids, all of a sudden I don't have any money to spend on them to take them out and go do things. See, that's where I got to wake up, and I was able to look above the haze of smoke and see that it's time to be more than just a man. It's time to stop being a failure. Like, who wants to fail? Who wants to be just like everybody else? I don't want to be average, and I know you don't want to be average. You're more than what you are now, and you could be so much bigger, but you're still stuck in that vision. I just want you to see. I want you to look at me. Let me be that example. Let my failures, let my successes be your guide, because I believe in you. Same way people believed in me. I want to be that big brother. I want to be that father figure. I want to raise up a generation, because that's my purpose. That's my gift. That's who I am. See, it's time to be more than just a boy. You have to grow into a man, but sometimes being a man is enough, at least not in this day and age. Being a man is just ordinary. That's when you have to elevate and be more than a man. You have to be that role model for people to see. And if you don't have kids, then this still applies to you, because there's still people around you that look to you for guidance. There's still people around you that look to see you successful, so they know how to get there. And if you don't know how to get there, that just means you have to reach out and find somebody. You have to extend your arms. You have to look outside yourself, because you're in the situation you're in because you're stuck to yourself. So look outside. There's positive people around you. There's men. There's real men around you. How do you know there's real men? Well, just look at the people who actually stand for something. People who actually care about you and care about your potential. People who are not selfish. People who just love you for who you are and just push you to be better. Don't settle for the people who tell you what you want to hear. Settle for people who are going to tell you what you need to hear. The truth. And I'm here to tell you the truth, that you can do whatever it is that you need to do to be that light, to be that image in your child's life. Do you want your daughters to grow up looking for a nobody because that's what you projected? Or do you want your sons to grow up thinking it's okay to be nothing and be in the hood and not grow up to amount to anything just because that's what they saw you do? Why not give your kids culture? Give them the experience of life. Give them a true blessing by being the best that you can be. Because you never know who all depends on you. You never know who's waiting for you to be successful. All you have to do is grow. Everything that's in your way from growing, get it out your way. Don't let it stand there. So again, I say, don't be a boy, be a man. But once you master being a man, that's when you have to ascend and become more than a man. Again, I say, happy Father's Day. And collectively, we can change this day to make it mean something, but it all starts individually. So I start with myself, and I challenge you to start with yourself. You take the time out with your kids. You talk to your kids. You give them advice. You give them all the things that you wished you had. Don't just pass down another curse. Be more than a man. Sin.